I'm not going to try and start explaining it to you because.
Right, hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining me on this quite weird slot of a Friday night live. As everyone knows, Nigel from Northlands Magnet Fishing always goes live, usually at 8 p.m. until 9 p.m. every Friday. And I was looking forward to tonight's show, as I'm sure many people were. However, due to illness, Nigel has postponed tonight's live. So I thought, why not go live? Why not go live on YouTube? Let's end the week on a really good high and let's advertise yet again the amazing competition and what we're giving away on Essex Magnet Hunters Facebook group. The chat has just started working. Thank you very much. Lots of people watching. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Hannah, thank you so much. You, Andrew, Christopher, for coming down a 300-mile round trip today to help me with certain things that were going on in my life and some things that I needed support with. And they done a 300-mile round trip to come to be with me in Indiana and to give me the motivation that I needed to finally put a few things to bed. Regardless, evening Steve, evening Sean, hi Michelle, how you doing darling? Hannah, I've said, okay, that's all in the chat for now. I've got 10 people watching, they're still absolutely wonderful. And thank you for joining me tonight. Not sure how long it's going to be, and if anybody would like to join me tonight to come on the camera, hit me up in the messages over there. Hit me up in the messages. How you doing from Chile? Saludos desde. How you doing, son? How you doing, mate? Yeah, good. Right. Please, I'll also start this with a few shout-outs. Massively. Family, White Welly Magnet Fishing, as well as White Welly BMX Restorations. Please go check them out. Facebook, all social medias, and mainly YouTube. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share the love. And as people come in tonight, if other groups come in, if other, regardless of what social media you use, if you want to shout out, and if you write something in the chat menu, I'll shout out your channel tonight. So seeing as Sean Chunk Thomas has kindly said good evening, Tel. Everyone, the Magneteers, cracking bunch of lads and lasses from Wales, and they do an amazing job, absolutely amazing. Yeah, they're just, Alan and Amy recently married, and it's wonderful. So please follow my friends, give them a like, give them a subscribe, and follow them on all socials. Let's have a look on here. I'm baffled by this one. Look at that. Luna Ranger Metallica. Saludos desde. I wish I knew what Saludos desde meant. I'd imagine it means hello there, possibly in Chile. I don't know. I'm still from Essex Magnet Hunters and I don't know much. But what I do know, I like to share with everyone. And what I certainly do know is that we have got a competition that's been running for nearly 3 weeks. And it ends in just over 24 hours' time, 9 p.m. tomorrow night. I will be going live on Essex Magnet Hunters Facebook group. And it's a free competition. Just got to subscribe to Essex Magnet Hunters, take a screenshot with your mobile device, and then go on to Facebook Essex Magnet Hunters group. Look for the competition thread. It's pinned right at the top. And comment underneath that competition thread with your screenshot that you subscribe. If you win tomorrow night, you win a professional magnificent kit from Magnetar, who are really, one of the leading magnet manufacturers in the world. Right, so what do you get? You're going to get a lovely grappling hook. As you can see, it's all fully protected on all the pointy bits, so safety is paramount. You're next going to get a set of Magnetar. See if I can get that yet. See there? Magnetar branded fishing gloves. You're also going to get, this stuff is amazing, Magnetar rope. This is the 8mm variant. For the very, very big, like the Barbarian magnet, I would actually advise 10mm. But for the hardcore 360-degree magnet that we're giving away, this is absolutely worth its weight in gold. 20 meters, and that will do you from dropping from bridges, and certainly from towpaths from the side of a canal. You'll have more than what you'd ever need. So yeah, as you can see, brand spanking new. Everything's brand new. You get your Loctite that comes with the magnet, and the Loctite is for locking the thread. You put the bolt through the magnet, you lock it up, put the glue on it, and then do the nut up. Leave it for 24 hours, you're ready to fish. And the main thing you could be winning tomorrow, and it is a fantastic 360-degree Magnetar hardcore magnet. I'll just get it out quickly here. As you can see, there we go. Magnetar. That's the protective case. There's the magnet. That is one full neodymium magnet. Absolutely amazing magnet with the newly enforced protective case. They used to be very thin, but they're now a little bit thicker. So yes, to enter, just hit us up on Facebook. You'll see the competition thread at the top of the page. Subscribe to Essex Magnet Hunters, leave a screenshot, and you're in the competition to win it, which will be drawn live 9 p.m. tomorrow night on our Facebook group. Right, now all that's out of the way. In fact, I'll put all this back together after. Right. I'm now going to go through some of the comments. Let's have a look, because there's been so many since I've been rabbiting on. Hi, Rihanna. You're on the phone to Steve, are you? Okay, fair enough. How you doing, darling? Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button, Rihanna, because we do diverse range of stuff on YouTube and Facebook. And any friend of Steve's is a friend of mine. Absolutely. Right, okay. Glad to hear you're good, Michelle. Bless you, Sean. You're a legend, son. You're a legend. Horrible to hear today, Sean. What's happened to you in your work? What? Is it 7 weeks? 7 weeks till Christmas? 8 weeks till Christmas? Yeah, quite disgusting. I lost a job once on Christmas Eve, and that will live with me forever. And yeah, best left unsaid, I think. Let's have a look. Please hit the thumbs up button. Absolutely. Hit that thumbs up button. It helps the channel, helps put us out there, and possibly YouTube might end up recommending us of some of our content. So that would be absolutely wonderful. Oh, bless. Look at that. Massive shout out to Terry, Essex Magnet Hunters. Everyone showed this guy some love. Well, I've certainly been shown a lot of love in the last 24 hours, 36 hours. I've been shown a lot of love ever since we created Essex Magnet Hunters. But it's been an up and a down battle lately. And yeah, like I said, I want to end this week on a happy note, because I've had a really good day. Some things I'd rather not have done, but I had to do, and then they're done. And now just let things take its course. There certainly is light at the end of the tunnel, and whether or not I'll be staying in the northeast, very much depends on how things go over the next 3-4 weeks. But I could be coming back to Essex. I could be going to Preston. I could be going to Wales. There's plenty of places I could be going, and I should be getting my driving licence back virtually any day. So absolutely brilliant news, wonderful news. Brian, how are you, mate? I've got to catch up on some of the London Magnet Fishing videos, haven't I? Because I remember you said that you've been appearing in them. I do apologise, mate. There are so many videos, and as everyone knows lately, all I've been doing is literally, gym, eat, sleep, repeat, and that is pretty much my life, as well as a hell of a lot of walking with Indiana. When I go back a year ago, and I was living in Brighton, and I was only walking once a day, sometimes twice a day, just to the lighthouse and back. Well, I now take her out 6 to 7 times every single day, as well as go to the gym, as well as doing cardio, as well as building everything up, and as well as, just a hell of a lot of swimming. And Indiana is going to start, isn't she? Right, what did I tell you? I just took you for a walk. You do not need nothing, darling. Now, please, I'll have to put you on YouTube and embarrass you to everyone. And I'm sure everyone would love to see Indiana anyway. Don't worry, she will be appearing at some point. Yep, absolutely, Steve. You've got to be in it to win it. Good luck to everyone. Well, I'm sure that Steve will appreciate that, Indiana. Right, stop it and be good, please. Thank you. Right, let's have a look. One fact. The magnetite protective cover is stronger than the other companies. Is that a fact, Brian? I did have a magnet cover with Magnet Store on the Genesis, the G90. But that was like a prototype almost. We was one of the first to use it, as was many affiliates at the time. It was very thin. If it hit any kind of rock object or the side or the roof of a bridge, the side of a canal, it did dent very easily. These ones certainly will not dent. Well, do you know what? I've got the exact same cover on my Barbarian, and I've probably fished with the Barbarian now 10, 15 times, and it's still 100%, 360 degrees. There's not a dent in it. So yes, Brian, they really are amazing, but I haven't seen the upgraded cases from Magnet Store and Online Magnets, but no doubt I will in the future. Oh, here we go. Look, my father told me about magneto fishing, magnet fishing, we call it in the UK. That's wonderful. He lives in Canada. I've started with my detection channel, but I wanted to see what it's about. Absolutely. It's a modern day treasure hunting hobby. It's certainly, there's a massive environmental side that goes along with magnet fishing, because 90% of the stuff that you pull out of the water is rubbish that people can't be bothered to take down a tip, and they discard of it in UK waterways. Well, providing it's metallic and providing our magnets touch it, we retrieve it, we fetch it out, we take it out of the waters, and we give it a scrapman. Some groups, they're limited companies and they can sell the scrap. We can't do that. We haven't got a waste carriage license, but there's a wonderful group on Facebook, Dippers and Scrappers, and they do an absolutely wonderful job sharing literally a whole community list of telephone numbers for every region in the UK. Almost every, I think there is definitely every county in the UK covered, but also most towns and obviously all major cities. So certainly something to think of. If you're thinking of entering the hobby of magnet fishing, you don't want to leave your scrap behind. Please don't leave the scrap behind. If you magnet fish, if you enter this hobby for any reason, please leave the waterways, the side of the waterways, the tow paths, the tops of bridges. Please leave them exactly as you found them, if not better. Because at the end of the day, sometimes you can get a bit of a bad rep magnet fishing, and we like to work with everyone, and there is certainly the environmentalist side. We're cleaning the UK waterways, and some of us, we even clean the tow paths as well. If there's rubbish, we'll pick it up, we'll put it in with our scrap, we'll take it to the next bin. It is a positive message. It's a message we're trying we're trying so hard to get it out to everyone. You know, if you can't dispose of your scrap, if you can't get rid of it for any reason, please don't magnet fish. Take something along with you that you can possibly put some of the sharp or scrap bits of metal that you're going to fish out. And for bigger bits, it's worth having something like a little portable jigsaw or something that you can cut it up into pieces, because you might find some scaffolding poles and they're heavy. So if you've got to take them, at the very least, take it to the nearest bin. Inform your council, tell them you've left some stuff there that you've fished out of the waters, and I'd like to think that they'll appreciate the phone call and they'll follow it up and they'll come and collect it. But at least do everything in your power. Do not leave stuff behind. If you can, buy some tape it up, and let people be aware of the dangers, you know, that it's there, it's a hazard. So hazard tape off of Amazon. Hi Barry, Hearts Magnet Fishing everyone. Make sure you go and subscribe. Absolutely wonderful channel, Barry. Been with us since the beginning. Love you, sunshine. Steaming Line, you're just on Instagram, aren't you, Brian? I'm pretty sure. So Steaming Line on Instagram. Please go and give him a follow. Yes, Nigel. I'm sorry, son, but I took the opportunity. You know, you can't blame a man for taking the opportunity. And I'm not so sure how long it's going to go on yet, Nigel. I'm going to try and get through all the comments. I didn't think I'd get so many bloody comments, but everybody, Nigel, Northants Magnet Fishing, the reason Essex Magnet Owners started magnet fishing in the first place. If you aren't already, please go head over to his channel, Facebook, every social media. Follow Northants Magnet Fishing and Nigel Lamford. Sorry you ain't well at the moment, Nigel. You're getting a night off. You're getting a Friday night off. You can stare at my ugly mug. Oh, bless. Hi, Trevor. How you doing, son? We've got Corey. How you doing, Corey? I see from afar. I see from the outside looking in that mentally you've been struggling a bit lately. You're not alone, son. You're not alone. There's so many people, more so than ever now with the cost of living crisis. And do you know, to buy a box of cornflakes and a 6 pint of milk, you're talking nearly £6.50 now. What is it coming to? £6.50 for a box of cornflakes and 6 pints of milk. I mean, Jesus Christ. Christine, how you doing, darling? Hope you're well. Really do hope you're well. Donna, Black Country Canal Rats. Everyone, please like, follow. They're on Facebook. They're amazing. Pretty sure you're on Instagram as well, Donna, aren't you? Black Country Canal Rats do the most amazing restorations along with JD Dubber. And yeah, it's a pleasure and an honour to call you my friend, Donna. So stay in my DMs, darling. Hello, David. Sonik, everyone. Adventures with Sonik and Friends. Another wonderful channel, and very, very close to 1,000 subs. Can we get in there tonight on this live? I think he's very, very, very close. So please, everyone, if you haven't already, please go hit up David, hit up Adventures with Sonik and Friends on YouTube, also on Facebook. Hit that follow button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for joining, Dave. Corey, I have my own scrap man in Tamworth. Always gets my scrap, and I always clean up after myself too, mate. I don't know why people leave their scrap around. Unfortunately, Corey, I do know why. And it's bone idle laziness. It's people that just want the glory out of the hobby without having to do the hard graft that goes along with it. And it can be hard graft, you know. Enter this hobby with your eyes wide open, because this hobby, it can, you know, it can be very strenuous. It can be very tiring, and some of the things that you might pull out, you'll be absolutely surprised with, especially with the very, very top of the range magnets. They will pull up things like radiators. They'll pull up, you know, bumpers of a car door. They'll pull up the rim of a wheel that's still got the tire attached, and inclusive of water, you're talking some serious weight. So yes, remember, it is, you know, if you're taking children with you, I'd recommend at least a minimum of 2 adults with any children. And also, in case your magnet gets stuck on the side of a towpath, side of a canal, on a bridge roof, it's always handy to have an extra pair of hands with you. You don't want to be losing these magnets. You know, they're not toys, and they cost a lot of money. So you treat everything with respect, you know, including health and safety. Hope you've had a great day, mister. Yes, Christine.
It's almost Christmas, it's health and safety.
Oh, is it health? I've been told it's not health and safety because it's almost Christmas. It's health and safety. That makes a lot of sense, that does. I like that. Yes, Christine. I've had a wonderful day. I had an amazing day. Yeah, about 9 a.m. this morning, White Welly, Hannah, Andrew, Christopher turned up. And although it was a flying visit and they were gone by about 2 p.m., productive. Oh my God. I will inform everyone on my private lives exactly what has gone on. But it has been a very productive day. I've got more phone calls done today that needed to be done, that have had to be done repeatedly over the last 2.5 months until they finally listened. But I've got so far today and I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. And there's a few things going on in the background that is really, really happening right now. It's really good, quite exciting times. Taking every day as they come at the moment. But yeah, I just, you know, it's not the best time of year for me. I ain't going to go into that. Those people that know me know exactly why. Hesitate. It is called Hesitate, Trev. I ordered some off of Amazon well over 18 months ago, possibly 2 years ago. In fact, it was when Wayne was still a member of Essex Magnianas. And we did use it. We used it quite often, but then we started using dippers and scrappers, and we always arranged a scrap man. And another thing is, don't wait. If you're going to use dippers and scrappers, don't wait until you're at the towpath. Certainly don't wait until you've finished fishing for the day before contacting your scrapper. Go and contact him at least a couple of hours before you go. You know, at a very minimum, an hour before you go. Try and get into some form of conversation with your local scrapper or wherever you're going to be going, the local scrapman to your destination. And hit him up in advance, tell him where you're going to be, tell him, you know, I might only be putting out 100 kilo, mate, but it might be more. And give him a rough idea of the stuff that you know, that you might be pulling out. He knows, if he's a scrap man, he knows what we pull out of these waters. And if any of you guys watch our videos, you know exactly what we can put out of these waters. So yes, it is quite crazy. No way, Nigel. Is it really? Well, according to Nigel, he has the dreaded COVID. Oh, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, Nigel. And I'm sure I join everybody in hoping you for a speedy recovery, mate. And you've got to come back by next Friday because I don't fancy doing this again next Friday. You know, I do. Don't get me wrong, but this is your time slot, mate. This is, you know, this is golden. It's you. It's Northant's time. It's Nigel's time. Nigel's life, and it is. It's been lovely. You're welcome, Brian. Terry's bringing out everyone's Sunday names today. Am I, Hannah? I don't know. I really don't know. 30 away from 1K. Woohoo. Oh, come on. If you ain't already subscribed, make sure you go and check out Adventures with Sonik and Friends. Fantastic guy. Heart of gold. And doing a lot for the community. And do you know what? After speaking to Darren today, Dave, and I know I've spoken to you during the week, I'm going to be doing something similar around here, because as people might know, I moved to the northeast about 7 weeks ago, I think it was. And as lovely as it is, and as lovely as most of the people are we've met a few bad apples, but most people have been absolutely fantastic. The problem we've got round here is broken glass. We've got a lot of, we're right in the heart of the city centre or town centre. That it is just to the west end of it. And when I take Indiana out for a walk, one of her 6 walks a day, it's like an obstacle course out there. There is rubbish, there are tins, there are packets, sweet wrappers galore, hundreds and hundreds, takeaway containers everywhere you look. But worst of all, and that's glass, there is smashed glass everywhere. So what I'm thinking of doing in the short time that I possibly will still be here, I'm thinking of doing something similar to what Dave and Darren do, and that's cleaning up my local surroundings. Going out maybe for an hour a day after the gym with some reinforced sacks, some gloves, and clearing it up. At the same time, bit of free advertisement as well for Essex Magni Hunters. But more than anything, it would be, I think I'll make more new friends. People are always stopping to talk everywhere I go with Indiana. On every single walk I go with Indiana, people stop. Is she friendly? Can we stroke her? Can we cuddle her? And she's had a few children on their bums. I don't mind telling you, but she is amazing. Except for right now, when you've just had a walk and you're playing up. Now, what if I give you a toy? Should I give Indy this toy? What do you reckon? Should I give her this toy? Right, Indy, take your toy and shut up. You ain't going out. Unless you want to take her, I'll take her. Yeah, sweet. No, nice one, Steve. Appreciate that. Right, let's get back to the chat. We turned up and had coffee thrown by Terry. Right now, everyone, you've got to listen to this because this is classic.
Came up.
Classic EMH.
And she got abused by coffee.
Hannah, Andrew, Christopher pulled up at 9 a.m. I was very emotional at the time. Everyone knows what I'm like. And I was very emotional, standing at the side of just outside the house, just at the side of the road, waiting for them to get out of the car, give them a hug. They got out of the car and I gave them a hug. But then I knocked her hand with her coffee, that she didn't need a fresh coffee because she has a special coffee that she just bought. And I knocked it out of her hand. On the floor, it went everywhere, right? Completely gone. For a Burton, coffee's gone. So she's like, thanks, Terry. And then we joked about it. We went, the last time you come, Hannah, you bought me a cactus. I tripped over the front step. Upon coming in from welcoming them, I tripped over the front step to the front door. And that went everywhere. Well, completely smashed the plant pot that it was in. The cactus saved it, thank God. The cactus is still fine, and I love it in my bedroom. You know I do, sis. But that was number two. The last time I was with my ex, and Hannah and Andrew spent the weekend, the long weekend at ours, I went in to make them 2 pizzas. So as I did, turned the oven on, stuck the 2 pizzas in, done my timer on my phone, waited for the correct time. But all of a sudden, my alarm's going, the pizzas are ready. So I've picked up the pizzas, and silly me, right, rather than do one at a time, fucking hell, tell, he can do both, can't he? He can multitask, can I fuck? Pardon my French, don't mean to swear, I really want to try and curb that. So I've walked out with 2 pizzas. As I've walked out with 2 pizzas, I've trod on Indiana's toy, the toy I just gave her, funny enough. I've rolled with it. Both pizzas have gone down the front of Andrew. So that was the last but 2 times that I see him. So the last 3 times I've seen them, I've thrown 2 pizzas that they bought, frozen pizzas that I cooked, and then just as they was ready to be served up, I threw them over Andrew. They landed up on a dirty floor by the table in the garden. Next time they come, first time they visited where I am now, I broke the plant pot. And then today, the minute she got out of the car, I knocked a fucking coffee out of her hand and it went everywhere. So it happens in threes, sis. It happens in threes. So that should be it. Bless you, Nige. Catch you all later on getting some rest as I feel like crap. That's lovely. And thank you, Nige. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, mate. You know, it's been wonderful that you've joined, and I really want you to get better soon, son. So I don't want to make this Friday night a regular thing, okay? Corey, yeah, get in there. Yeah, getting your magnets stuck ain't good, mate. And on the canal side barrier to that's a pain. But I hope you're keeping well too, mate. I'm on the road to recovery, Corey, and it's a long road ahead of me until I have my permanent abode. Until I get that, I'm going to have up and down days, and that's what mental health's like. You know, it's so strange that I suffer with such severe telephone anxiety, and yet I can do this. But is it because I've been doing this now for quite a long time? How many times have I gone live in the last 16, 17 months since I started doing my private lives? probably close to 250, maybe 300 lives. So it's the same with anything, isn't it? Riding a bike, swimming, and the more you do something, the better you get at it. I'm not saying I'm great at it. I'm not saying that in any way, shape or form, but there's a lot of the community, friends and people that are more like family, that install that confidence in me. And I don't know if it should be there or not, but at the end of the day, I've got to take the positives out of every bad situation. Yeah, and all I can say is, all you're going to see is an happy tell, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Essex Magnet Hunters Facebook, or whether it's on my private lives. Because do you know what? Absolutely drawing the line. Thank you very much for creating what you've created. Right, subliminal message there, everyone. So if it's up to you if you can understand where I was going with that. Trevor Penny, found a magnet in Oxford yesterday. Took a while to pull out though. Found a magnet and it took a while. I'd imagine the magnet must have been attached to something that was extremely heavy, Trevor. So yeah, quite possibly. I'll be back. Nigel doing his impression of Arnold Schwarzenegger. There we go. Yes, absolutely. Dave did get two lovely gifts from Ireland this week. 2 Zippo lighters, and he was very appreciative. I know that personally, and what a lovely gesture to come from a very good friend of his in Ireland that also runs. I do know the man. I've got 200 names in my head now, and was it Gerard Conlon, something like that? I think I might have been right. I don't know, but if I don't get to the bottom of these chat menu, it's never going to stop, is it? Yes, Trevor Penny, try not to leave it lying around though. Resident had a go about left around tape. Yes, absolutely. You've got to think of all hazards, and yeah, that's not a bad point at all, Trev. To be fair, the litter is very shocking there. Terry's, there you go. Hannah, yet again, she's seen it. Luckily, he didn't park in that normal car parking space because we had a bottle of gin thrown at the front of our house last night at nearly 3 a.m. Whether or not it was purposely done or not, we don't know. But we've had a word with the fish and chip shop over the road, and their CCTV covers it. So that is in hand, as well as many other things. Right. You've never found a Zippo lighter, Brian, in 3 years. Wow. I found 4 and been given another 3. Oh, blimey. Lucky 7, Dave. Lucky 7. Sophie, how you doing, darling? Magnetic Paul, everyone. Absolutely amazing lady. Does so much good work within the community, spreading awareness of the wonderful hobby of magnet fishing. Goes live quite often on Facebook. Make sure you follow her on Facebook. She's absolutely smashing it on Facebook. But I'm pretty sure she's on all socials. So Magnetic Paul, please, everyone, go and make sure you give them a follow. Give them a subscribe on YouTube as well. Give Sophie, dear Sophie, a subscribe. I'm going up. I'm getting there, everyone. I'm getting there. One man, more one magnet. Good evening. A recent Facebook group, this one man, one magnet. Make sure you check them out on Facebook and give them a follow. I can't 100% say hand on my heart if you've got a YouTube channel, but if you have, that's the name you need to type in the search engine. One man, one magnet. So give them a follow, everyone. Right, I've got to the bottom. Thank you. Just reached 7,200 followers on Facebook. Isn't that amazing? And I know he's not here right now, but I'd like to give a shout out to Lewis Bright. Lewis Bright, he started this wonderful hobby about 6 or 7 months ago. I could be wrong. I could be EMHing it here. You guys tell me, but I'm pretty sure because we had a group conference call this week. And myself and Nigel was in it with Sophie, funny enough, and Chris, and Magnetic Movements, Lewis Bright. Now, Lewis Bright, in 7 months, he's got 100,000 followers on Instagram. He does a lot of posts on Instagram, and I've got some photos ready to go up after this this live tonight. And if you do watch this back, Lewis, I hope you do. I'd like everyone to please go and follow his Instagram because he needs more followers. Yeah, like, does he hell? 100,000. What an achievement. Absolutely amazing. Algorithms in this hobby, sometimes you hit it, sometimes you don't. Our recent short videos of the jump scares that Steve's been doing on me since in the 7 weeks that I've moved here, I think we're up to number 8. Some of them have got 50 views and some of them have got several thousand. How does it work? I don't know. I'm not a lover of tags, but I have told Lewis I am going to be copying all his hashtags for Instagram. And I've got some cracking photos that I took recently. It's on the Essex Magnet Hunters Facebook group. But I'm going to be sharing them on all socials, doing a slight edit so I can put in our EMH code. Please remember, everyone, we are proudly sponsored by Magnetar. And EMH10 at magnetarmagnets.com will get you 10% off of your total shopping basket purchase. So it's they are amazing. They're based in Holland. Personally, I've never ever had to pay an import tax. I know a couple of people who have, but you know, if you're worried about that, like I said, I only received a box from them 2 Saturdays ago because that's when I announced the competition. And that box took 24 hours to arrive. They posted it on the Friday. It turned up at my home address on the Saturday. Couldn't believe it. Was told that DPD was delivering it on Monday. And then I got an update on the Saturday morning saying DPD and they're delivering it before midday today. And it turned up. So that was absolutely wonderful. Right, DS, Magnet Fishing, Daniel. Some wonderful messages of support. Also, this last 48 hours and before that, Dan. Thank you. All I can say is thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, everyone that has reached out with current predicaments, current things that have been happening behind the scenes. You know, all I can say is that I ain't getting this top off until I look like Arnie. I'm only joking, but I tell you what, the gains I'm getting are fantastic, and yeah, it's not often now I walk around with my shirt on, even at home. But I wanted to get to such a stage. Everyone saw the recent photograph, that little edit I did, where the lovely photo that Nicola took of me at the Outcast Collab 2020. And as wonderful and as glorious as I looked in all my glory and early Essex Magnet Hunters attire, I was highly overweight. I'd become a depressed hermit, living just not a very great existence. And some of it is certainly for myself to blame, and a lot of it certainly wasn't. You know, I've had an up and down 10 years. I've made some wonderful, wonderful friends along the way. And I've got plenty of ex-girlfriends that I'm still very, very friendly with. And thank you to all of them that have been reaching out and giving me messages of support and everything like that. Thank you so much. Right. I think we need to change that subject quite quickly. Thank you, Daniel. Yes, I am a lot better today, and we done a hell of a lot today when Hannah turned up this morning, and it's been a fantastic day. It really has. Hello, Lila. You've actually found me on a live, darling. How you doing, sweetheart? Thank you for joining. Does anyone fancy coming on the live? Because we've got 21 minutes left, right? I said I'm going to go live till 9 p.m, so let's carry on till 9 p.m. I've done. The beginning of this video is the competition again, because you've still got 24 hours and 21 minutes to enter the competition before 9 p.m. tomorrow night, when I will draw it live on a lucky wheel on Essex Magnet Hunters Facebook group. I might record it on 2 devices so that for those that entered on YouTube, because there is a couple that hit me up on YouTube and they was like, well, I'm not on Facebook, but I've been subscribed to you for ages. Well, they're in the competition. Obviously, I can't say no. It's open worldwide, but if you're not in the UK, unfortunately, you're going to have to help me with the postage. But if you're in the UK, I will cover postage, and I will get it to you as quick as I possibly can. Hopefully, posting it on Monday. So, well, judging by all the comments, nobody wants to join me. Indiana's not here. She's out with Steve. because she was getting rather rowdy, and nobody wants to join me. This was Terry night. This was Friday Night Live with Tell and guests ? Because I didn't know if anyone would want to join, but a lot of people, and I understand it because, you know, my anxiety is telephone anxiety to strangers. That's just, well, Trevor, I've just seen that's just come up, and I'm going to put that up on the screen. Well, Trevor Penny, Tem, magnet fishing. Do I pronounce that right? Is it Tame or is it Tem? Because it's spelt like the River Thames without an S. Tem magnet fishing. They're on Facebook, everyone. And yeah, hit him up, give him a follow. And yeah, no, look at that. We had 3.4 million on a post on TikTok. Not anywhere near that again, though. Funny you should say that, Trevor. Our first ever video on TikTok, 604,000. I know it's not 3.4 million, but it's a bloody lot of numbers, mate. 604K. We haven't had another one hit over 12K. And most only get 200 or 300. So algorithms yet again. How does it work? You know, I don't even think God knows himself. Yes, okay. Right, everyone. We're going to have a guest. I am going to copy this link. Give me 5 seconds. Oh, this is going to be fantastic. For the last 20 minutes, everyone, it looks like Dave is going to join me. Wonderful. Absolutely brilliant. Let's get him up to a 1K. Come on. It'd be lovely. It really would. Oh, bless you, Lila. Look, saying hello to everyone. I hope you got the link, Dave. The second you join, I'll add you. I'll put it on face by face. Bit of Dutch courage, Dave. Come on, son. Come on, Dave. Why are we waiting? Oh, bless you, Hannah. There you go. There's another sub for you, Dave. And why? Why is it that so many of my close friends haven't entered the competition? Enter it even if you've got another group. Enter it even if you're a YouTuber. Enter it regardless. It's a free professional magnet fishing kit worth nearly 200 quid. If you win it and you don't need it, then put it on your own group as another competition and open it up to the public again. So, you know, you've got to be in it to win it, and a lot of you ain't. So here he is, everyone. David, how you doing, sunshine?
Morning.
Morning, Dave.
How's it going, mate?
Not bad, son, not bad. How you doing?
First time on my yours.
It is, and hopefully not the fucking last, sunshine. That's it's brought a smile on my face, mate. It's lovely. I'm so glad that you've joined. Yeah. So, what have you been up to this week, Dave?
Well, this week it's only just calmed down from the media and the medals and stuff.
That's crazy, wasn't it? Mirror, Daily Mirror, and you make the sun as
that went, mate. That went off for a good couple of weeks. It's just the phone calls, the interviews on the phone, and checking to see whether I'm online or in a newspaper, and then we go to hand it back and we get another round of it. So yeah, it's only just sort of calmed down. But I have still got an interview coming up next week, on an American podcast. So
okay,
this is it's like a good news network type thing, and they're frequently interviewing people across the world. I've seen quite a few of their podcasts, and basically they've got they're normally interviewing CEOs of charities or something, or somebody that's sorting out homeless in Los Angeles or whatever. Somebody who's collecting all the soaps up, used soaps from hotels. They go straight into
Okay,
landfill,
yeah.
and like melting them down to make new soaps and made a business out of it, and it stops going in landfill. Just it's all weird stuff like that. So they've seen the medal, and then they had a look at the channel, and they see all the rubbish and that coming out. The amount of rubbish that I'm getting out on a weekly basis.
So how
And
are
they
you
were
getting rubbish out? I mean, are you talking about getting the rubbish out of waters as well as the dry land?
oh yeah, just everywhere. Them sofas and that. There's been quite a few times. Like I always pick somewhere near water so I can put my magnet in as well. So then it's not just a litter picking video.
Mhm.
See, it's all right doing the litter picking and that, but you've got to know how to package it because nobody wants to see half an hour of somebody picking up bottles and putting it in a bag. Nobody
No
wants
way.
to see that. So you've got to either make it exciting or do something that looks wow, like abseiling down the bank, or um,
I'd fall in,
or
mate. The rope would sever, and I'd fall in halfway down. I know I would.
but it's about making it exciting, and then with the editing, it's about putting that with the magnet fishing. What happened there? You get the rubbish out first, then you put your magnets in and see what else is there, and it seems to be working great for me at the moment.
That's absolutely wonderful, mate. Yeah, that is brilliant. And it sounds like you only need 29 now. So hopefully, mate,
Yeah,
we're not going to get you there tonight.
yeah,
It's not the
I'm
numbers,
getting there.
but it's still every sub counts, doesn't it, Dave?
Yeah,
And
mate.
it's so
So
lovely.
can I give your viewers an exclusive?
Absolutely, Dave.
Right. Well, there's a few people doing competitions at the moment, and
Yeah,
I know
there is.
you're one of them, Terry.
Yes.
And there's Real Deal as well. They're giving away a drone at 1,000 subs.
I
Well,
know. I want to win it. I want to win it.
yeah. But I'm also going to do a competition. This is the first
This is the
anybody's
first,
hearing
everyone.
of it. I'm going to be going live on Sunday, the time to be arranged, and I'm going to announce it. So this isn't a get me to 1,000 subs and I'll do a giveaway. That's not how I work. But this is a thank you for everybody getting me to 1,000 subs because I know it's going to
And
happen.
rather fast as well, Dave. You've done it rather fast as well, mate.
It is. It's just been phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. It's just
Yeah, wonderful.
couldn't write this last year. I really couldn't.
No, no. Yeah, I don't think we'll draw a line there and move swiftly on because between us, mate, we both needed some KY jelly, didn't we? But yeah, that's for another time. That's for another time. And make that
Yeah,
what you want, everyone. Make that what you want.
yeah. I must admit, there's been. I value um, when there's problems in the community. My modus operandus is just to say nothing. It's just to not react to it at all. I don't give a thumbs up. I don't say anything. I don't add
I've
to
seen
the
that
drama.
firsthand.
And I
Your
literally
response is
just
no response, mate, and I've learned, David,
yeah,
and that's what I try and put out there now. If someone attacks you, best response is no response, but if you need a response, keep it private, everyone, not in public,
oh
please.
yeah, yeah. I seem to make a habit of making people look like they're arguing with themselves. And
And that's what I want to try and do in the very
yeah,
immediate future, David.
but if I react, then they're not arguing with themselves, are they? They're arguing with
Mhm,
me. Yeah.
mhm. Yeah,
So
absolutely. And Sophie just put in the chat, 100%. Absolutely, Sophie.
mm,
So yes, regardless, it's been a real whirlwind for you the last 12 months, mate. I can remember
oh mate,
us having a conversation shortly after the 2020 Outcast collapse, so 2 years now,
that's right.
and you stood out. You stood out. You had the personality,
Mm,
and now you're prospering for being an honest, a loyal, and someone that's not in it for the drama, not in it for the glory, and doing such wonderful environmental impacts around your local area, which is Northampton, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, yeah, it's Northampton. Yeah.
Anyway, everyone, honestly, it's
Thank you
fantastic.
for those kind words. That's really
No,
nice.
I should have. I should have. We were friends long ago, and then we didn't talk for a little while, regardless of what
We
happened.
didn't have
Or
time to prosper, did we?
we
We
didn't,
didn't have
and
time to
now
grow.
we certainly are. So, you know, we're going to keep smiling and we're going to keep prospering. And, you know, I'm taking a leaf out of your books, mate. I'm going to start to clean up my local area so that it's not an obstacle course every time I take Indiana out from all the rubbish, all the crap, all the takeaway containers, and mainly the broken glass. Of it. Don't like it at all.
There's a few things you'll learn along the way, and maybe I can give you a couple of pointers. One is look on your local Facebook sites for litter picking groups in your area. They may well be called the Wombles, because there's the Wombles in a lot of areas. There's one in I think it's Tamworth. It's called Cool Pickers. So have a little dig around your local area. If you
Brightlingsea, where I lived, had a Facebook group called Brightlingsea Litter Pickers, totally voluntary, first Saturday of every month.
You can go along and meet with them. Once you've met them a few times and they know you're serious about it, they'll give you equipment. They'll not want to see you picking it up with your hands. If you're with them, they'll have equipment that you can borrow. And after a while, when they know that they're not just handing out equipment to people who put it in their cupboard and don't do it, they'll end up giving you equipment and a high vis or whatever. You'll find a few stumbling blocks along the way. I don't go out litter picking on my own because I'm sick of people asking what I've done, and I'm like, what? And they go,
community service.
Community service, ain't you? I'm like, bug off! I just want the path cleaned up.
Yeah,
you know what
absolutely.
I mean? So I don't go out on my own because I don't want to start arguments. But yeah, that little things like that you'll learn as you go along. But it starts off with the hard work and putting in the hours picking up the rubbish, and after a little while, people will get to know you in the local area, and if it starts from one person, that it starts from an idea. As soon as that idea starts catching on, then other people will want to join you. You might put out a Facebook post saying, does anybody want to join me? There's a particularly bad area. And then it will start something.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've got to put your efforts, because you won't have any efforts to start with. But once you've got some efforts, put them in front of people who are going to appreciate it and maybe want to come out with you. If it's falling on deaf ears and the community around you really couldn't give a toss, then you'll find it a little bit harder, but it will happen. It will happen.
There's a bit of green in particular that's about 15 metres by 15 metres. It's just one square green next to a main road. I don't take Indiana to it because it is just littered with broken glass, open cans, the cans are super tenants and whatever. It is littered, and nobody who's anybody takes their dog on this bit of green. But that bit of green, I was thinking of taking a before photo, some close-ups of bits that I've found, and then just a lovely after photo of look what I've done. Look what I've done in my local community. Now this green can be used by fellow dog walkers everywhere around my local area. I reckon it's going to take me half a week to do it, mate, if not more. But I think it's a start, and I'm going to try it.
It is, yeah. You've just got to pick up your first piece of litter. You've got to know that you've made a difference, and then carry on doing it. The thing is, there's a fine line between, like, some heroes don't wear capes, and like putting it out there that you're doing all this work. There's a very fine line between wanting attention for what you do. And what I would rather it be, if I didn't put out my YouTube and show people on Facebook what I was doing, I wouldn't have half of the people inspired to go out and do it themselves.
Absolutely.
So, I've been accused of like, well, you only put that up to make yourself look good. No, I already done the work. What? Am I not allowed to tell everybody what I did? You know what I mean? Like, all it takes is a few thank yous here and there, and people going, "Oh, I want to do it in my area." Oh, brilliant! Well, if just one person has been inspired, then I've done my job.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely. Yeah, and I think it's a wonderful
So,
message you're putting out there, and there's not just yourself that's doing it. There's a few others in the community. Darren Rice being one of them, and doing amazing work within the community. And it just brings positive vibes to the community and to the future generations that are going to come into this hobby. You know, it's a positive message all round, and it's something that we need to try and promote and try and, like you say, other people then tend to do it, and it becomes a chain circle. All of a sudden, everyone starts doing it, and if we can make a difference, no matter how small, in the current climate that this world's in, surely every little helps, doesn't it, everyone? So, finders keepers, everyone. Sorry, Dave. Finders keepers. I didn't give you a shout out when you joined the chat. Very, very sorry. Finders keepers magnet fishing on Facebook, on YouTube. Please give them a like, give them a follow. Yes, Dave. Carry on.
you've used this word over and over in the last year. It's called awareness. So,
Haven't I?
yeah. So if somebody says, "Why are you doing that just to make yourself feel good?" You go, "Am I not allowed to make awareness of the situation?"
Absolutely.
Simple as that. If nobody knew I was doing it, then it would be totally unappreciated.
Absolutely. You've opened people's eyes to what is out there, what can be done, and how every little helps. And individually, we can make a change. But collectively,
if I can go out looking for a magnet fishing spot, and I'm walking down this creek and I'm going, "Oh, it's a bit shallow here," and I walk round the corner and see somebody's dumped loads of stuff there, and I can't seriously just walk past or fish around it, or I'm like, that doesn't need to be there. And
no, you feel guilty, don't you? You think other people are going to come up and think, well, you've put it there, but you haven't. You know what I mean? Oh, I hate it, mate. I hate it.
And people who fish around it are just they're glory hunters. I'll leave it no more than a week or two before I have to clear it, because otherwise that just makes me as bad as everybody else for just walking past it.
Yes, it does. And, you know, casting a blind eye isn't always the way, you know, it really isn't. And, you know, look at Greta Thunberg, or whatever her name is. Every little helps. If we can make awareness, spread awareness of different things, whether it be cleanliness, whether it be cleaning up our waterways, cleaning up our towpaths, cleaning up our local neighbourhoods. But, you know, I think a lot of people have took heart from what Greta Thunberg, I don't know, I'm totally ballsing up her surname. But that teenager from Sweden, anyway, she's been a breath of fresh air, I think, for the younger generation, really giving a shit about the world and the state it's in, you know, and what we're doing is just very, very small in comparison, but every little helps.
But it starts local. Ideas don't start small. Ideas start small. They never started big. They start with your local area and wanting to live in a better place, and then it spreads from there.
Magnetic Pulse, Sophie, she's put, I think some people forget about the general waste. It is just as important to remove. If you pull out, bag it up, don't chuck it back in. Otherwise, what's the point? Absolutely, Sophie. What is the point? You know what I mean? So, yes, that's wonderful.
Somebody upset somebody at the collab. You know the cancer collab?
Yeah.
There was a little kid there called Jack, and he was all like, "Oh, he's great." He was all like, "Oh, Sonik," and all ding ding and all that. But at the end of the day, he came to me and he went, "Oh, I'm really, really sad." I'm like, "Why? What's happened?" And he went, "Well, I saw somebody pull out, you know, like we were pulling out bags and that, and he threw it back in." And I'm like, "Nah, man. If the kids are noticing it and the kids are getting upset about it, if you're going to pull it out, get rid of it. Don't throw it back in." I couldn't believe
there's children out there to get upset seeing something like that, though, isn't there?
Yeah.
You know?
And it shows
But,
that the little ones are watching.
It does, yeah. And they are the future, mate. Whitney Houston sang it, and it is so true. You know, children are the future. Treat them well and let them lead the way. Right, David, it is 9 p.m. I've promised Steve that he can have the telly on, put his Xbox on, and he can go on his FaceTime to his friends. And he'll probably have a party in here. There'll be smoke, there'll be lasers, and me and Indiana, after a walk, will be going up to bed. So, David, thank you so much for joining me on this first ever Essex Magnificent Friday Night Live. Thank you so much, Dave. Let's get in there, everyone. He's nearly at 1K subs. If you haven't already, please go check out his Facebook, check out all socials, and mainly his YouTube. Let's get him to 1,000 subs. Right. He is. He's nearly there. And we are open for another week. Go on, Dave.
I'm going to be live on Facebook on Sunday night. Look out for the 1K giveaway. It's going to be.
And I know what it is, but nobody else does.
It's not a magnet. I'm not putting a magnet up.
It's not a magnet.
It's a very special prize.
A pair of smelly socks, everyone. Worn by the only Sonik, David, right? So, yeah, no, it ain't. It ain't. Take no notice of me. Anyway, David.
It's something I've made.
There you go. There's a little hint now.
I've upcycled it.
Himself. Is it a cake? Is it a cake? Is it edibles, David? No. I don't think so. But anyway, David, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Those that stayed all the way through, honestly, thank you so much. Might be doing a private live shortly, and I might not. So if I'm there, I'm there. If I'm not, I'm not. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Please remember, EMH10 at magnetilemagnates.com, and you'll get 10% off your basket purchase. So from me, it's goodbye. From David, that one, there we go. David, it's goodbye. I'll never get used to this tablet, mate. Doing it on a tablet is fucking crazy.
Ding, ding.
Right, ding ding from David. See you later from Tel. Indiana. Yeah. So I can't show you Indiana, everyone, but we're gonna go. Take care, everyone. Thank you for joining. And Nigel, get better soon, sunshine. See you later, Dave. Take care, everybody.